And he has a song, and which is really clever to me, because you see it before you hear it, and you like. So MASTA Ace has a song with Big Noy. You know, Big Noy from Mobb Deep Camp. And I believe it's called This Is How We Do It. The song comes on with Big Noy rapping first. And it's Big Noy being Big Noy. If you know Big Noy,
QB to death.
QB, thug, you know what I'm saying? He come out shooting, whatever, you know what I mean? And then it's MASTA Ace's turn, and his first lines is, I hope I don't get shot today.
Yeah.
I left the house and I hear shots from a block away. It's like walking through Vietnam. I can't remember, but it's just like how it goes, like how the song flows. Yeah. It's just like this guy.
It was a nice surprise
that comes outside and he explains what his day is outside, and I buck him down and all this, and then MASTA Ace comes, and it's just cohesive. It's not like how do you get this thug rapper and then this rapper together and rap, and it's just like it's genius. And you know, he says,
and it seems like an unlikely pair for them two to do a song together, but it's so perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's rapper Noid.
Yes.
You know? So he's going to give you the street things.
Yeah.
You know? And MASTA Ace gives you the side of
those
like,
lines like,
I don't want to die today.
My mom says yet to stroll, cause she know folks catch strays like pest control.
Yeah.
Folks catch strays like pest control. I mean, if you don't relate the whole catching stray bullets or people catching stray animals like that, that I don't know, man.
It's beautiful. It is prose, it is poetry, it is writing. So Sonny Vivon, right?
Yeah, you want to add on?
I was late to the party, so I heard Sonny Vivon maybe like 5 years after the fact. I had listened to that right after I saw him perform. Because that album is dedicated to his mom, right? Because
2016, I think he was promoting. Yeah, it was dedicated to his mom, Son of Yvonne. 2016 was around the time of the falling season.
So he was on tour.
And
he had did the title track to Son of Yvonne. And I had lost my mom in 2013, at the end of 2013, and so seeing how emotional he was, and then being able to be blessed to be able to talk to him and tell him how moved I was, it made me go out immediately and listen to the project.
Son of Yvonne is an album that was done over MF Doom beats. It's not a collaboration. It's not like these were beats that MF Doom had already done stuff over or had. With MF Doom's blessings, you know what I'm saying, he let MASTA Ace, and I think it's only like 6 or 7 joints.
Yeah.
It's really like
short.
an EP.
It's EP.
So, and it's basically him basing this one on his upbringing and his mom's influence and what, you know.
The lessons and stuff.
Yeah. And it's another classic, dope.
Conceptually, he takes you from beginning to end in such a short period of time, and just kind of all of the life lessons and the pitfalls and the things that his mother tried to shield him from and give him information. And then, of course, ultimately, just him being able to reflect on this and then make this body of work after she passed away, you know, is a beautiful tribute. And then the fact that it's MF Doom beats is another thing that just made it, for me, it was just like, this is fantastic. I mean, that's the thing, too, about his catalog. I don't have a problem with none of the production choices that he makes.
Really?
None of them.
And in the earlier stages, going back, he is the producer of his own stuff. He used to use like another name, so you would be thinking like that it was somebody else, but it's like really him when you look at the producer's name or something.
You told me that too.
The name of that is called Ma Doom, which is MASTA Ace Doom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Son of Yvonne. That is the title. Ma Doom, Son of Yvonne. And then after that, you have The Falling Season. Son of Yvonne was a little bit more different. It was more like a personal life thing. But The Falling Season is more of him being inspired by the hip hop he sees and rap going on in the park, and his career from there, taking it and going to the Fresh Fest and seeing that and being inspired and him becoming what he is
today.
Yeah.
Because then also you realize how long MASTA Ace has been around.
How long MASTA Ace has been around. Now that we talked about that, and he also has, after that, he has a Brooklyn story, which is Marco Polo and MASTA Ace collaboration.
And it was a really good collab.
Marco Polo has been doing beats with MASTA Ace for a long time. Yeah, that's probably one of the two that you can say go together. Yeah. No matter, I ain't gonna say no matter what, but it seems like no matter what. I can't quite remember it, and although I have listened to it, wasn't a Brooklyn story more so about Marco Polo? Mm-hmm. So that theme was more so, that was more themed on Marco Polo moving to Brooklyn.
Yep.
And because I can't remember where he's from.
I can't either.
But he moves to Brooklyn to pursue his dreams, to be a beat maker, to be a producer, lives in his friend's basement. Mm-hmm.
And doesn't he like have like skits where he's like calling home or something and like telling his father or something? I can't remember.
That is something else different. Was he like lying?
I think he was lying, like embellishing the story or trying to make his father not realize like how hard it was for him and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And that was a nice twist.
Yeah, no doubt.
That he's not the rapper, but the story is, but it's it's a Brooklyn story for both of them.
For them,
because MASTA Ace being from Brooklyn and stuff like that. So and just these two and how Brooklyn brought them together.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. True indeed. True indeed.
It's so good. And this is one of the reasons why we started the catalog series, is because there's so many of our unsung rap heroes, right, who didn't, on a national scale, right? They didn't have the Jay-Z, the Nas, the Biggie, the Tupac success, right? But there is something to be said about the consistent MC.
People with longevity.
Longevity. These people are still touring, right? This is how they're eating, because, if you're not on the label, you don't have money, you don't have the advance, so you're not able to eat that way. But this is your job. This is your skill. And you're still going to make music because this is how you provide for your family. Like, you don't stop. MASTA Ace is what, like in his 50s?
If not, he's probably like 50. Or 51. Yeah, he's around there.
Right.
Because we're talking, I think he's a little younger than like Kane. And them, maybe a couple years younger. So, but
that was the thing too with him being on the symphony too.
That he was younger. Yeah, he was younger than them.
So, but he's like right at the, that golden age.
Yeah.
And you don't stop being a writer, right? Because you're 50, right? And you still love it. And on top of it, you're good at it. This is your skill, right? And so him being able to continue to make this music, and outside of COVID when people couldn't tour and stuff like that, like he's been touring. Like the Beatnuts, they've been touring. The Alcoholics, they still tour. But
on a different, but not to take anything away from them, but the thing that MASTA Ace has been, and not to say that those other artists, but MASTA Ace has continuously made music, and he has made quality music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you were saying, and we said this on the show before, when an artist gets a fan base, and that fan base is good enough to keep them afloat, and the fan base is still purchasing their music, because the fans know what we're expecting from this artist. This artist, even if they was to experiment, like we know because of the last two albums that was dope, if this one comes out, it's a great chance it's going to be dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go buy it. Their album may not get promoted and pushed, just like you said, like these other big people, but just the fact that they stay in it. You know what I'm saying? They don't get discouraged because they didn't reach the height of Jay-Z or whatever. Or, just the fandom of reality artists. You know what I'm saying? That really, their character and stuff gets them over, opposed to music all the time. But yeah, man, and it's quite a few artists out there that's like that.
And we'll bring them
and we'll
to you.
we'll talk about them.
When we pick up on the catalog.
But
series.
MASTA Ace is definitely to me one of King unsung rap heroes.
He deserves his flowers because he's been consistent and like you said earlier, he's consistently gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Some rappers, they still continue to make music, but you can kind of tell where their peak was, and they just kind of, you know what I mean? They kind of plateaued, and they're still making music, but their music hasn't gotten better. It hasn't gotten worse necessarily.
Yeah.
But it hasn't exponentially gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
And MASTA Ace continues to raise the bar for himself.
Yeah.
Right? Without even have to worrying about the pressure of Grammys and billboards
or anybody jumping in your lane, having your own lane and having and doing what nobody else can do. You can do, people can try but they can't do what you do. And that's another thing. That's, being able to be yourself and no one interfere with that lane.
Yeah.
And take from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is a whole nother monster.
And I'm sure it creates a whole nother level of freedom to create.
No doubt. Because he comes from that school also. MASTA Ace is one of those guys also too to not be scared with doing stuff different as far as styles. Back in the beginning, he was not the beginning, but he was one of the ones that had the offbeat, on-beat kind of style, kind of pushing that forward before, when everybody was just on time. You know what I mean? We can go back to the Slaughterhouse, and you remember he had the jam with
Brand New Heavies.
The Brand New Heavies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shout out to MASTA Ace. I can go on and on about MASTA Ace. I can talk about how MASTA Ace in the 80s and the early 90s was the only one rocking the football jerseys before everybody was rocking jerseys. MASTA Ace always had a jersey on. He did. And it would be a throwback or some, you know what I'm saying? Before people was calling them throwbacks and all that.
Yeah.
Look at the history and check MASTA Ace and he'll have a jersey on.
Yeah, do your Googles. He is definitely Googleable.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's word.
Salute
to MASTA Ace.
And his catalog.
And we'll be back.